Oh, yeah, it's obviously a great feeling. Getting to 100 twice, it's always going to be a great feeling. But yeah, it's not my highest score in first class cricket, but in franchise cricket, yes. But yeah, it was a good effort for the team, I guess. Trust me, I'm feeling it today. It does take a lot. It takes a lot of energy and mentally it drains you a lot. But yeah, it has to be done, I guess.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried after the Titans game that my form dipped a little bit in the 4-day stuff. Didn't have the best 4-day preparation going into that game, obviously because of the 2020s and stuff. And there's a couple of technical things that I changed for the 2020s that obviously doesn't help your 4-day cricket. But yeah, so the first game against the Titans was quite tough. I'm just glad got through this game all right with a score behind my name. I think for me personally, the change has definitely been probably have a more cemented spot in the team, and I've decided early in the winter the way I want to play the game this year, especially the way I want to play against the spinners. And that's just given me confidence to go out and do it. When in the past maybe fear of failure has crept in a little bit, scared to get out. Where this year has definitely been focusing on the job at hand and focusing on the next ball.
It's a bit different this season. I mean, I do agree with what Pite said now about the security of having a regular spot in the team and not being afraid to fail. It's made a big difference. I think our preparations have been good for every game and going into the 4-day competition from the start. I think that is a big contributing factor to our form right now.
I think when I came in, KP was scoring pretty freely at that stage. So when I walked in, it wasn't like they had a bunch of guys around the bat, the ring field in. I think the guys were going at a good run rate. So it was quite easy to get off strike at the start. They bowled a couple of balls in an area that I knew they were going to bowl, and I had my scoring option. I just executed those, and KP just continued playing good cricket shots that side. So it wasn't really can I say, a massive grind at the start. Maybe through the stages in the innings, you felt like you lost a bit of timing here or there, but we scored quite freely right through the whole partnership.
Oh yeah, I do. I agree with Pite on that. It was never. I wouldn't say never. There were at times the Cobras did bowl well, but we didn't see that through quite. How can I say it? Well enough. It was free flowing runs all the time, most of the time. So there wasn't really a struggle at any stage.
KP being the guy that he is, after hitting his second six, he called for gloves and he sent a message to the change room saying he's now hit more sixes than Rudy and Razor. So that was quite funny. And then he said to me as well that his six was bigger than my six. And so for the rest of my innings, I tried to match his six or beat it. Didn't get there at the end.
Yeah, I think that was the standout point was this whole sixes because the team believes that I can't hit sixes and I showed them.
They had everyone on the boundary for him at that stage. They had long off, long on, cow, deep square, everyone on the boundary at that
I
stage.
couldn't believe it. It was the first time in my career that's ever happened.
I think definitely the first game this season against the Cobras, we were a little bit unlucky. One or two tight decisions didn't go our way, which obviously helped the Cobras. And then a close finish there at the end, taking it to the last hour in the day. I think if we got the result there, maybe we would have got momentum a little bit earlier. Then a couple of more games, Titans game, the last one, where it was tough batting on that last day. Ball was starting to stay low and kicking through the top. Lions game, they blew us away in what, like 7 or 8 overs, which is also pretty unlucky. You get two bowlers firing at the same time, it can happen to anyone. So I think we've been pretty unlucky, but we've played some serious cricket this season so far. Probably the only place where I can say we can have a little bit more consistency is in our first innings batting, where we can set it up probably a little bit better.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can say. So we lost games is in our first innings we did the batting we let ourselves down quite a few times. I think in almost all the games. This past game we scored our highest first innings score of 319. So we're not going to win many games with that.
Well, if you look at our squad, we've lost a couple of big players, obviously, and we've got a couple of youngsters in, and then guys like myself and KP now who've been lucky enough to do well. have now had to step up and say, right, okay, we have to take responsibility now. So with a couple of youngsters around, it's not going to happen straight away necessarily, but as the season goes, the belief grows and a guy starts scoring runs, performing, taking wickets, and then you start playing better, more consistent cricket. So I think this year will be a year for us where we look to put the right guys in the right spots, and if we can, maybe get a trophy or two, that would be great, but more focused on the way we play rather than the outcome at this stage. Yeah, we've got lots of talent in the province, and obviously Northern Cape as well produce very good cricketers. It's just important for us that we give them the right opportunity, rather than just giving them a one-off opportunity and then getting them out again. So yeah, if we can carry on with that and the guys can carry on performing like they are, the confidence will grow, and by the time the momentum in the 2020 competition starts, watch out.
We had a tough off season, so I think physically we are a lot more fit than I can say than most teams maybe, and that is probably the biggest contributing factor to why we've been able to bat so long and concentrate for so long. It's all because of the whole fitness and physically stronger than most of the other teams.